Hockey Fan Report. This is the BlueNote Fan Report. On the Hockey Fan Report, I am Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. Fencing or joining me is Ashley Slapshot Jones. Jonesy, how are you
Hey,
today?
good. How are you?
Beautiful earrings you're wearing. You're all dolled up, all necklaced up. You got a date tonight?
Nope, just you guys.
Yes, me. Oh, she's all dialed up for me. I love it.
Well, no,
Um,
actually for them.
Oh, oh, she just got me. Oh, and I can't even hit. I can't even. Come on. Oh well, there we go. I was
Played it
playing
like
with my
four
board today. I forgot to
times.
turn it on. Can NHL get a fine if they don't wear face masks? Brad, you know what? They could. I don't know what well, I got to look at the COVID protocol. So we've brought it up before. We've looked at some of it. So we'll get a little bit more into it, but we'll look into that a little bit and kind of go from there. I don't think it's fine if they get a face mask. I seen the neatest thing on Twitter today. I think it was from Elliot Friedman,
Hmm.
or no, Greg Wyszynski from ESPN. There was something about the Vancouver Canucks getting guys on COVID, and they had just visited the Flames and the Hurricanes. And
Hmm.
then his thing above that was, this is why they told you not to share your drinks or combs. And I was thinking, or maybe a little bit too much kiss and tell. Oh, on time. Hey, I gotta say a huge welcome and thank you to Golf King. Golf King's been waiting an hour for this. Look at this. He sent me that at 2 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
At 2 o'clock, right after I posted this, he jumped right on and sent it to me. I was still working on it. And he sent it to me. Golf King, thank you, man. We really appreciate that. We really appreciate it a lot. It's a lot of fun that we got you. Looks like we got Brad Pond on Facebook, so maybe Facebook's actually working. I'm seeing some people jumping in the room there.
Just no more BB, man. No more
Yeah,
BB.
yep. No more Babe Rexa. We can't do baby anymore. Oh, my phone just fell. I went to therapy today,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what. If I go do the I'm kind of hoping Jose shows up. Facebook's working. Laura Brannon. I'll think of it here in a second. That is
Hefner?
John Hefner's wife.
Hi.
Right there you go. Kyle Mead says it's working good. So that's good. We finally figured that out. So I went, and I was hoping Jose gets on, because I will make a joke out of this tonight.
Okay.
So I took my hockey stick. One of the things I'm supposed to do is squeeze a towel.
Hmm.
Well, I want to be able to hold a stick again, and that's a certain motion, right? And it's a
Yeah.
good motion for your wrist. So I took the towel and wrapped it around the hockey stick.
Uh-huh. You showed that the other night.
Yeah, I showed that the other day, right? Well, I took my stick to physical therapy today.
Hmm.
You should have seen the looks I got. I
Oh,
think 80% of the people in Hawaii don't even know what a hockey stick is, let alone seen one before. It's John. He got blocked on Facebook.
hey,
Now,
Hef.
you talk about getting blocked for the stupidest thing. I
he
thought
gets
I
it.
got blocked for some stupid shit.
Hmm.
Pardon my language. I thought I got blocked for some stupid thing, telling an old buddy that I could still kick his butt, got me blocked, John got blocked because he was quoting his nephew or what, had a motorcycle helmet on, and it turned it on backwards.
Hmm.
And so John says, "Oh, since I can't see you, I'm going to run you over." Right? And he got a 30-day, he got put in Facebook jail for 30 days.
30 days?
30 days or 29 days for that comment. It's just absolutely asinine. They got Tyler Bozak on right now, but I don't want to listen to Blues players. I want to listen to you guys, right? So today, I've been blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. You got
Sorry.
you commented on one of our lives once and got blocked. That's right. I remember that. All right. I think you got a 3-day block or something like that. But you know what? And I appreciate you guys that are here, that are watching us, that are supporting us and doing that. You know what, Shockley? We haven't figured that out yet. Chris, we have not figured that out yet. That is an absolute dead on honest, statement. There is no way we'll ever figure that out. But yeah, so I'm walking in with this hockey stick, right? And the looks I got, oh my goodness, it was absolutely, really, really just amazingly stupid. So I go in and I go into the physical therapy and I'm like, oh, you got practice? I said, no, this is part of my therapy. I mean, she looked at me like I was, what are you doing? Your therapist, so I showed my therapist was there. She says, well, that's a good idea. So we're doing exercises with it. And she goes, well, how heavy is it? I handed it to her and she goes, this is a freaking toothpick, right? They've got no weight to them whatsoever. And I'm using my Pegnazi one, right? And I was trying to remember, why haven't we seen Pegnazi yet? He got traded to Carolina, I think, in the Justin Faulk trade. Am I right? I think
I'm pretty sure you are.
I think Pegnazi and Edmondson got traded to Carolina for Justin Faulk. I for some reason that's what was coming up, and I was trying to, but it just seemed odd that they still had Pegnazi sticks, 2.5, 3 years later. But then again, COVID kind of messed things up and stuff like that. And again, I got the stick not because it was Pegnazi, but because he's my height. The stick is my size. So that's kind of why I got it. One of my other buddies that comments on here a lot, and I can't think of his name right. Oh, that is absolutely right there. Brad, yesterday was Tereshchenko's birthday, and today is Barbashev's birthday. Hey now, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. actually smiled on that one. Hey, Barbie, let's party. It's birthday boy. Birthday boy gets some things. Oh, wow. Faulk looks ready to go. Oh, they just showed him doing this little drill with himself where he's taking his feet and he's skating them back and forth and he's bouncing the puck off the board. So funny, guy. You make me laugh every time. Well, you're probably the only one, Brad.
Actually, Pegnazi was not in the trade for Faulk.
Okay.
He left as a free agent and signed a 1-year, 2-way contract with the Jets.
Okay. Oh, it's surprising. I thought he was part of a trade.
Nope.
Right? Maybe that's
he signed with the Jets on July 31st of this year.
Okay, so we had it, so that's why I got the stick, because we still had him in the system. Okay, that makes sense. I knew he wasn't in the system anymore. Because I'm like going through the names, and I remember Pegnazi, and we also had another defenseman that was really highly touted that we let go of early. And I think it wasn't part of that trade with Faulk, trade for Faulk. At least I think so. I could be wrong, but I know we had a defenseman. And there's Soren Torp taking his rookie lap today, and that's pretty cool. This guy's had a long, hard road to the NHL. He got stuck in the KHL for a while. He was highly touted. He's a big boy, right? Big boy. He's got size. He's physical. He can get in on that forecheck. And as great as that is, I'm wondering if that's the identity of this team anymore. And that surprises me. Actually, Joshua, Brian with a B. That's the one I was talking about. Brian actually buys the Blues gear, the pro gear, and uses it for his own hockey stuff.
Oh, cool.
Like his hockey skates are game-worn or game-used skates from Tereshchenko.
Oh, wow.
But he got them less than if you would have went out and bought skates. They're custom molded, they're his size, whatever. So he had got them at a sale, and he does that. He uses gloves from another player, Buchholz or Bertholz, or I can't think of his name, but if he shows up, I know it. Brian shows up every now and then. We got good followers, we got good people. Make sure, you know what? I thought about this, and I was talking to somebody today about this. One of the things that I think I might do, you remember that story that Rob wrote about the BlueNote Fan Report? I think I might, it's been a while now, but I think it's still relevant. I think I might start sharing that story again to get people, what is the Blue Note Fan Report? What is the Hockey Fan?
That's a great
Who
idea.
am I? Right? And reshare that out a little bit. Maybe get it shared. Maybe you can take it from the website and share it in All Blues Everything, since I'm limited on what I can share there. But, but when you share it, put up there, if you ever wondered about the post, the show that we post, this tells you a lot about it, something like that to get it out. Today's game is going to be interesting. Dallas comes into this game reeling a little bit, right? They have Rope Hintz out. Now, I'm not in all upset about Hintz being out. Oh my goodness, has he been a thorn in our side? Right? I think the last game he scored a goal. Right? The last game we played against Dallas, I talked about it.
2, but I could be wrong. Maybe he assisted
I think he had a goal and an assist.
Yeah, he could have assisted on the other.
Yeah.
But, he's a thorn in the side. And I'm getting to a point where we've been playing short for almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't feel any sympathy for anybody other than the Blues right now. Like, if we can do it, they can do it. I don't want to hear any excuses.
I'm with you. Walker is still in the lineup. Yes, Walker moved up to the third line. They got Torpenchenko. Torp. I'm just going to call him Torp. Torpedo. They got Torpedo with Brown and Joshua.
No, they don't got him with Brown and Joshua. No? Brown is on the first line with Ryan O'Reilly, and they left your line alone.
Yeah, I see that.
But man, who else was up there? I'm pretty sure that the fourth line is Bozak, Joshua, and Walker. But
no, Walker's on the third line. I seen that. I seen Walker on the third line. Hold on a second now. Let me get the right thing up. Let me try and pull the lineups up and see if I can get it. I do remember seeing it, and I thought I had it right.
Oh, okay. So the first line is Saad, O'Reilly, Brown. Second line is your Spetsna line. Third line is Walker, Bozak, Sundqvist. Fourth line is Torpedo, Joshua, and Pekka. I was forgetting about Pekka.
I was close, right? I was close. So Saad is on the third line, right?
No, Saad is on the first line.
First line. So Saad, Brown, and O'Reilly. I like that. I like that. I really like that. You already know how I feel about the Spetsna line. I'm definitely on there. And then that third line is Sundqvist is on the second line, Jason.
No, Sundqvist is on the third.
Oh, Sundqvist is on the third line. No, I'm thinking Barbashev. Okay, Sundqvist. So it's Sundqvist. Who's the third?
Walker and Bozak.
Ooh, I like that line too. Schenn is out. Braden Schenn is out. He is on injured reserve, so we got roster relief. Jason Hurst says Brown looking great in front of the net. I agree with that. He's looking. Brown is a top. I'm sorry. Brown is a top. First round draft pick talent. Okay, he is that talent, and he's always been that talent. Ottawa did not use him right for whatever reason. He was not given a fair shake. He wasn't using correctly. Whatever. But for us to take Sanford. And I'm sorry, Sanford had to go because Sanford was always going to be put into a high position, was not going to be sat down. Mistakes were going to be looked over, glanced over for some reason. So the trade, and this is another reason why I think that Berube hasn't signed a contract yet. I think you gotta be 100% certain that he was not happy with that trade. But you got to give him credit because here Brown comes in, replacing his boy. And Jose, that is a good one. Now, part of that though was his injury. His injury took a lot of time away from him. And then the other part of that was we had such a veteran lineup at the time that there was no place for him. Oh, hold on a second. I want to hear this.
When do you know it's time to hang it up, Bish?
Ben Bishop.
You don't really know that, answer that question until you kind of get there. And the way the knee was going, obviously it's been a long year and a half. And when I couldn't get, to the level that I needed to get, and the knee,
I think that's torp.
You need a knee to play goalie. And obviously when that was kind of failing me, and it was just starting to swell every time I played, and the cartilage loss started to add up, and then there was some flex recently when they drained the knee, so that's when I kind of had a feeling that things might not be turning out for the best, but I still wanted to at least give it a try. And we did everything we could. We put everything you possibly could in that knee throughout the year and a half, and then just to have that closure to go down to the American League and be able to play a game and to know that it's just not going to work out. I think I was lucky to have a little bit more time to think about it than probably some do as far as this process has been, but it's nice to kind of have a little closure.
You came into the NHL at 22. Into the St. Louis Blues. This is after playing in the Frozen Four in St. Louis. So you had a lot of stops in St. Louis. Obviously, you grew up there. Presented USA Hockey on a number of occasions. Played in the Stanley Cup Final. NHL All-Star, Bish. You had an unbelievable career. How do you reflect on it?
I owe a lot of thanks to a lot of people. This isn't, you don't get here by yourself. A lot of great goalie coaches. And it's really special, when you look back on it, to think of how big of a, impact the St. Louis Blues have had on my career. And just being a kid from St. Louis, growing up playing, Kirkwood Mini Mites, the, AAA Blues team. And then to be able to get drafted by your hometown, really a dream come true. And then obviously a lot of help along the way to get that success that I've had. And it's still hard to, process it all, but just very thankful for everything this game's done for me.
How many teammates and former coaches?
Have bien! Oui, oui, monsieur. How are you doing out there from France? The Bluebirds was for that. I'm sorry. Sanford last season was one of the major reasons why this team did not click and didn't make it very far in the playoffs. He did not, in any way, shape, or form, in the way he was used, help this team at all. I will stand by that. I will stand by that. I will stand by that. I'm not coming off it. You're not going to convince me otherwise. And the reason why you're not going to convince me, the reason you're not going to convince me, shockingly, I actually think he lives in Dallas, and I know I know his house. He had a house get hit by the tornado a couple of years ago. But from what I understand, I think that he's going to stay in the Dallas area. He was in 2005. He's the Blues' third-round draft pick, and he retires today as the Blues come into town. I think it's very fitting that he retires when the team that drafted him comes into town. And I wish him all the luck. And they were talking about him on NHL Network today, and they were asking if he was Hall of Fame worthy. And they said he didn't have a long enough career. However, since they started keeping save stats, he's fifth overall in save percentage. Fifth. All right, that's something, and he's up there with all the big guys, right? So that's something to be said. Sanford was good in streaks when he was good, but most of the time he was just a body on the ice. He wasn't even a body on the ice, because a body on the ice at least would help you. He was a negative almost every time he hit the ice. And I don't think, Jason, from what I understand, he was not a poison in the locker room. He was pretty much decent. That fight, way too much. And don't, way too much was made over that fight, right? That was a frustration fight. And it was, at the time, this was you got to remember when that fight was. It was in December of 2018. This team could not put two wins together to save their ass, right? They just could not put wins together at all. And for whatever reason that was just frustration boiling over. Way too much has been made of that fight. That fight to me was absolutely nothing, right? And I think that was Bortuzzo and Sanford, if I remember right. It was either Bortuzzo or it was I cannot, man, why does his name escape me? The guy that had the hard Bomeister. But it was either Bomeister. Oh no, Walker is on the third line, right? Walker's playing third line tonight, Jason. Sorry about that. Schwartz was the guy who divided the some players. He liked to start stuff. Now that I've heard. That I've heard, and I've heard it from other than Lance. Right? I know Lance has been singing that song for a while, and Lance, you know I don't mean anything by that. Buddy, I didn't send you a link because Tuesdays normally you have something else going on. If you want the link, let me know. We only got about 10 minutes for this. No, it was Bortuzzo. Okay, it was Bortuzzo. Okay, I got it. And I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if it was Bortuzzo or Bomeister. I knew it was one of the Bows, right? So it was Bort. But like I said, I think way too much was made of that fight, right? And you know, I've seen it brought up. It's just like, you know, it's just like for me how people make it way too much out of Bennington and us winning the cup because of him. We won it with him, not because of him. And there's a big difference, right? There's a big difference. And that's saying, and I'll be honest with you, we gave him Schwartz. That is every opportunity. I'm not sure what you mean by that there, Jason. Man, I see these comments sometimes and it no, you know what, Jason? I disagree. Okay? I disagree. It did not bring the team back together because that happened in mid-December, and that team didn't come together until early February, late January, early February, and you're going to die on the Bennington Hill. I get it. I get it. I really do. I understand that. However, I've been talking a lot about this undercurrent. The things we don't see, the things that move the game that the average fan misses. Players see, people who follow the game intensely. I mean, not just not just one team, but intensely watch the game. They see undercurrent, right? And the undercurrent there was when Bennington came in and had that shutout, it raised the team a bit. Now, that was in January. But it was on that 11-game win streak that this team finally started believing in themselves. And they believed in themselves because they beat Florida, a top-ranked team, when they were down 2-0, and they came back, and I think they won that one either 3-2 or 4-2. I don't think it was overtime. I think they won it straight up. Oh, I like those pads. I like Lindgren's pads. That's pretty nice. I mean, his helmet's simple, but I like his pads. And then they had that game against the Lightning. Now, that game against the Lightning, Jason, I know what you're talking about, but that meeting, that meeting happened and they were still losing. Okay? I was at that game against Pittsburgh when Pittsburgh scored at will. Benner brought excitement to the fans, not to the players. That big difference. Toronto. I don't remember the Toronto win. I'd have to go back and look. I'm not saying you didn't. I don't remember the Toronto win as much. But Benner brought excitement to the fans, not the team. That team, when they beat Florida, the next game, and I forget what the next game was, that was when you saw the shift in how this team played. You saw them start playing better defense. You saw them. That's when the forecheck really, really came in. You know what? They played different to start, but once during that 11 game, everyone forgets Allen played 4 of those 11 games, right? I'm pretty sure it was 4 of them.
3 or 4.
Huh?
It was 3 or 4.
Yeah, and they played the same way in front of Allen that they played in front of Benner. They didn't play any different, right? They played differently at the beginning, but once they got that confidence in themselves, and I'm sorry, I know the goalie helps, but that's all he did. He helped. They didn't win because of him. He was not the sole reason, and he wasn't as great in the playoffs as everybody said he was.
He wasn't the sole reason, but you're really taking a lot away from him. He kept them in a lot of games where the defense did crumble, and he made a lot of good saves. So he was a part of it. He wasn't the only reason, but he was a part of it.
He was a part of it. I'm not saying he wasn't a part of it.
Well, the way you made it sound, you were trying to say that he's nothing and everybody else did everything.
Hold on. You have Jason Hurts saying, I'm going to die in that Benner Hill. And that Benner Hill is that Benner won us the cup. He's the reason we won the cup.
No, he isn't, but he is an important piece.
He is an important piece.
Just like Pietrangelo was an important piece. O'Reilly was an important piece. They were all important cogs of that operation.
Yes, I agree with that, but so was Allen. And no one gives Allen credit.
I give Allen credit, but you're the one that's so anti-Bennington that I have to go to his defense because Allen ain't here anymore.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. I do, and where I'm at is, I like I said, it's the undercurrent that I saw. The stuff that wasn't. Oh, I seen it. Oh man, I got my board all messed up today. Right, my board is Toronto was the last of the 11 wins, right, in OT for a franchise record. Yeah, you know what? That's right. It was the last one. You're absolutely correct there. Allen's getting beat up every night. You know, that's true, but he's got a team that's not playing in front of him either. Right? And I see.
You see, but you can't use that as an excuse if I can't use that as an excuse for Bennington.
Okay, here's the thing. Why didn't that excuse work for Allen when Allen was here?
Why does it work for him now, but it doesn't work for Bennington?
No. I've always been.
You are so Allen that you're going to make every exception for Allen and not the same for Bennington.
No. Actually,
I like both of them. I like both of them.
I get that, Ashley. You're missing. No,
I'm not.
I am on that train of the defense doesn't play well in front of him sometimes. I'm on that train. My problem is, where was that train when Allen was in net? The majority of Blues fans, every single goal that Allen let in was Allen's fault.
So I got a question for you. Because we were like that with Allen, does that mean that every goaltender that comes in here, you're going to expect them to be treated like crap, or are you going to just be clean slate, let's start treating them correctly?
I want to treat them correctly, but when it comes to
you're not doing that for Bennington, though. You keep going back to Allen, who's not here.
Oh my goodness, what have I gotten myself into? Look, I understand that Bennington is a good goalie.
And Allen is a good goalie.
Okay. I understand that. Now, we got Stephen Glass smiling now. 2008 we looked really good. No, we did not. We started that season losing 5-0 to the Winnipeg Jets. And we did not win. We did not win back-to-back games until December. Right? Because that's when I flipped the flag. After we won back-to-back games, I had the flag upside down. Mm-hmm. We won back-to-back games. I flipped it right side up. And then the very next game, we got beat 7-4 by Calgary by a guy that only scored 3 goals in the NHL, scored 2 that night. And that's when I flipped the flag back over and left it for the rest of the season. Mm-hmm. Oh my! See, people are loving this. This is what they get now. The arguing in that, but it's fun. Hey, Anna, how you doing? Boy, everybody is on the slap shot boat today. No one's
Guy,
backing me
I
up.
love you to pieces. I love you so much, buddy.
I
But
know.
somebody's got to put you in your place. It's my job.
Oh, I get it. I get it. You know what, Jose? I got to go back and say, no, we weren't. We got plummeted in a lot of games. We got shut out in games. We didn't get a shutout until I think that Johnson got one in one of his games, and that was it until Bennington showed up. Well, game is just about on because we got Pang and Kelly now. So what do you think?
You see,
What's your
Steven, this
prediction
is
for
good.
today's game?
That's good, Steven.
Right?
Today, I'm thinking that the Blues are going to come out hungry. They got a couple of people back, mainly Faulk. I think we're going to win this one 3-1.
And that's the point right there that I'm arguing all the time. It's because Allen was letting in weak goals. No, it's because his defense was hanging him out to dry consistently. Yet everyone thinks that Allen was the one letting in the weak goals.
Guy.
Yes.
He wasn't making elite goalie stops that you expect Bennington to make. So those were considered weak goals because they weren't elite stops.
He made more elite stops than Bennington did.
No, he did not, and I will pull camera for that.
Than Bennington is now. When Bennington came in, he did make those elite stops.
And he still does, but the one that squeaks by that, they would call a weak Allen goal, you really go into it. And there's this goal that Allen wouldn't have stopped.
Oh. Okay, so predictions. What's your prediction for tonight?
3-1 Blues.
3-1 Blues. John says 5-1 Blues. Anna says 4-3 Blues. I think I seen another one in there. Allen isn't close to Bennington, and that's the other thing. I think that he was right, and 4-2 Brown, Tank, and Faulk. I like that, Jason. 4-2 is like the favorite one. Actually, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Ottinger's in. He's going to want to try hard. Look at Carolina goal. Well, right now Carolina's not even playing. They're in COVID. I'm going 3-2 on this one with the Blues. I think it's going to be a low-scoring goal. I think that you're going to see this. Both goalies don't make stops they should make. Both goalies had defenses hung out. And
I agree with Steven 100%. Where I'm getting heated and attacking you, my friend, is that you just only see Bennington's flaws. You don't admit any of Allen's. So if you're going to be that hard on Allen's so good, I got to be that hard on Bennington he's that good.
I get it. I get where you're at. I think a lot of, for me, I'm not a Bennington hater. I'm really not. I'm a Bennington fan hater because there's too many bandwagon fans that don't understand the game that sit there and talk about how good Bennington is and how great he is and how Bennington never makes a mistake, and that's what torques me off. They'll use the defense, and these are the same guys, and a lot of them are the same guys that were pigging on Allen, that Allen was so bad, the defense was so great in front of him, but the defense is always so bad and Bennington's so good. So when you're going to sit there and take the narrative and flip-flop it like that, I'm going to call you out. Someone please punish Jamie Benn. I'm with you on that one, Shai. I am with you on that one. Let's get Jamie Benn. 44 points in 45 career games against the Blues. Not tonight, baby. Let's stop him. Let's shut him down. It was always that fans were too hard on Allen while Bennington gets a pass. That's where I'm at. Cup-winning goalie. How about this? They're both cup-winning goalies. And that is a great point. Mm-hmm. Right? Well, Golf King, were you defending?
I've got to hop off. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's time to go anyway. So, and just before I go, Golf King, were you defending Allen when all that stuff was happening? Because a lot of people weren't. In fact, how many people on here got kicked out of groups for defending Allen? I know there's a few. I know there's more than one. Huh? Yeah, but one lost 10 games and the other lost 0. Jeff. And everyone forgets those 10 games. That set a rookie record, or that tied a rookie record. those 10 games. All right, that's something to be to think about too. He also tied the record for most. In Game 7, he was going to set one of two records. He was either going to set the record for the most wins or the most losses. And that's the way it goes. Okay, guys, enjoy the game. Have a great night. We'll see you at the first intermission. Hopefully Ashley's not too mad at me and she'll actually come back. I may have lost my co-coach forever. I love you all. I'll see you at the intermission show. Aloha, mahalo, and let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.